Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the O-A retirement visa. I want to be very clear, we're discussing the O-A retirement visa. We are not discussing specifically the O visa for retirement, which is an extension status issued within Thailand. What we're talking about is an OA visa issued from an embassy or consulate outside of the kingdom. It is issued to people of certain nationalities who meet certain age and financial criteria in order to come to Thailand for retirement purposes. Those folks who come into Thailand in O-A status and wish to remain without leaving Thailand, they would then go ahead and apply for an OA extension. But there is a way to effectively extend status through use of a border run, and it's very similar to how status can be maintained in Thailand lawfully on a multi-entry, for example, non-immigrant business visa or non-immigrant O visa, which is one simply steps outside the country, comes back in, and is granted a new stamp for lawful status. On OA visas, that stamp lasts for 1 calendar year from the time one re-enters. And for many people who retired in Thailand in the past roughly 5-10 years, a border run was oftentimes an effective way of dealing with status maintenance here in Thailand. And in fact, many of my clients and folks that I talked to have told me, they said, yes, I actually preferred that method, and then I would go home after 2 years. I'd go back to, for example, the United States and just get a whole new OA visa. Well, COVID-19 has certainly changed the game out here. And with respect to O-A border runs, if you want to call it that, I don't think that that is going to be feasible, at least throughout the end of this calendar year 2020. As a practical matter, I just do not foresee that being something that is going to be an overly practical option to retirees here in Thailand. And I say that not because I necessarily think it will be legally impossible, but again, as a pragmatic protocol, I just don't think it's just not going to be overly feasible. There may be folks who are able to do it. As of now, Cambodia is currently letting in certain nationals under certain circumstances. We've made videos on this channel about that. There's some other jurisdictions where it may be possible to leave Thailand and go to that jurisdiction and then try to return. But those jurisdictions are few and far between. And also, the protocols associated with not only getting into that country, but getting out of it and then back into Thailand, are very cumbersome. And for this reason, it's a good idea for those who are watching this video to presume that as a practical matter, this is not going to be possible. So where does that leave you? Well, it's definitely possible to extend your status here in the kingdom. And for those who are interested in doing that, it's probably a good idea to contact a legal professional to gain some insight and guidance into how to extend one's retirement status here in Thailand in order to maintain lawful status into the foreseeable future.